record potentially in this upcoming game. What does that mean to you, knowing you can establish your own personal record?
Well, it's something that's very important to me, but it's really not about me, honestly. It's about us going out and winning each and every Saturday. And I'm just proud to be a part of the culture change that's taking place here at Clemson.
One of the changes, obviously, I mean, coming into the season, there weren't that many people who thought the offensive line was going to be doing what it's been able to do. Did you even have some questions back in the spring about whether the guys alongside you could perform at this level, and how have you seen that process go?
I don't think there was ever a doubt in my mind as far as the talent we had. We have done an unbelievable job of recruiting great talent and really good young men. And the one thing you can't coach is experience. So, how they were going to handle it under the big lights was yet to be determined. And something nobody knew until we actually played in the Georgia Dome. But, I think we answered the bell pretty nicely, and I think we're going to continue to improve in the future. Next year they're going to lose me, but Ryan Norton and Jay Guillermo, I mean, they've done an unbelievable job of taking advantage of their opportunities, and I think we'll be even better up front next year.
What have you done to kind of help those young guys, with the maturation process and get to this point?
Well, initially I just wanted to teach them the offense.
Yeah.
I think in years past when we were at our worst, we understood what we were supposed to do as an offensive line, but we didn't understand the big picture offensively. So my first goal was to come in and teach those young guys the big picture, teach them what the quarterback was going to do, teach them what we were trying to accomplish each and every play, then teach them what our job was up front. And once they saw the whole picture, it all started to make a little bit more sense, and I think that's paid big dividends.
How often during the off season, the summer, in Pelion, did people come up and say, "Well, we know you're going to be, we know you're going to be okay, but boy, you guys are going to struggle on the offensive line"?
Yeah, I mean, it was a big question mark, and rightfully so. We lost 5 seniors, 3 started, all 5 played a good bit. But just like anything, everything tells itself in time.
Did you tell them? Is that what you told them?
Yeah, I just told them.
Just relax.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we hadn't been recruiting guys, and it's not like we hadn't been preparing and getting those guys ready for their opportunity. We'd had a very, very veteran bunch. As I mentioned, 5 seniors. So it's never really been these younger guys' time. And it was finally their time. They stepped up and done what they're supposed to do.
What the younger guys now who are playing all the time, can you see the attitude in them? Do they feel much better about what they're doing and their role on this team, and that they no longer have to worry about whether they can prove that they can play?
Right. Yeah, I think the confidence is starting to show, not just on the offensive line, but throughout our whole offense, and really throughout our whole team. And that's what it's all about. You can't go out there and play tentative because you'll make mistakes, you'll play slow, and when you play confident, good things happen.
Coach Caldwell called you guys the union. Have you guys kind of taken that to heart?
Yeah, I mean, it was a slow transition, but we've got to the point where we're really enjoying it. And it all starts with us up front. And if the union isn't happy and the union isn't performing, then things aren't going too well for the offense. So we take a lot of pride in it and just try to do our job to make everybody else look good.
Does a lot of that improvement show in the third down red zone categories? I think you guys are up just pretty significantly from last year, 2 years ago. The numbers are pretty outstanding compared to what they were.
Well, that was our biggest objective in the offseason, was to fix a lot of our third and short, 4th down woes that we had last year. Anytime you have a 3rd and 1, you ought to be able to get it. I don't care if you're playing the New England Patriots. And for us, we were terrible last year. And we did a really good job of scheming things, but the biggest thing was just our mentality. We had to change physically, we had to change our attitude, we had to change everything we were doing. And I think it's been huge. When we've been able to scheme up some quarterback runs, seeing Taj a little bit lighter, getting an extra blocker in there, and then letting him run has been a great dimension for us as well.
Well, is there a revenge factor given last year what happened up in Raleigh?
I wouldn't say it's a revenge factor. Obviously, they embarrassed us, and that's something we took pretty personal. But that's on us. That has nothing to do with who we played. It was about us turning the ball over and us making mistakes. So for us, we want to just go out and prove that we're not the team that played them last year.
What do you see out of their defense you got to get ready for?
It's probably the most overall team speed we've seen since Florida State, if not as fast as Florida State. I was very impressed watching them on film. Up front, their front seven is probably the best we've seen as well since Florida State. So it's going to be a really good challenge for us. We're excited about it. They're going to do a ton of movement and blitzing. If they don't do it every play, they're going to do it every play. So we'll see. You know, it's going to be a big challenge for us.
What do you feel like the key is to get the longevity that you've had with this streak? I mean, offensive line can be pretty physical, pretty difficult position to play sometimes.
I think you just have to take care of your body. You know, getting in the cold tub, eating the right foods, just paying the price in the weight room. Coach Basson does an unbelievable job of getting us ready. And, you know, if you do what you're supposed to do and just do the little things the right way, I think you'll be fine.
Dalton, something you guys have talked to us about all year is playing to a standard, not worrying about the stuff that's outside. How difficult can that be at times, and how much do you kind of have to keep some of the younger guys on that track? Because I would imagine it's easy to get distracted with stuff outside.
Yeah, when I first got here, it was very easy to get distracted. But, you know, I think, you know, going up to Duke in a not-so-great environment where there wasn't many fans there, you know, we weren't even worried about that. You know, it was almost, Coach Sweeney says it all the time, Zoom focus. And we were so focused on the task at hand that it didn't matter about the crowd, it didn't matter about anything. And that's something our young guys just kind of, you know, inherited. You know, when they got here, they weren't worried about distractions because we were so focused. And that's been the biggest change, is just the consistency and the mindset that the seniors have changed and brought to all of our younger guys.
Is that part of the fact you guys feel maybe you have something to prove, maybe not to yourselves perhaps, but the people around you, and watching in this program saying, you know, Clemson still comes?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you get tired of hearing, well, Clemson will have that Clemson game, and, you know, they'll mess it up. You know, you get tired of hearing all that stuff. And, you know, this isn't your grandpa's Clemson. We're not the same team. And we just try to go out and do our thing each and every week and play Clemson football.
I'm sure that will ring even more true next week.
Right. Thanks, Tom. Sure.